Hi guys, and welcome to day 1 of the fast. So I'm about to fast for 10 days. This is a series of videos really just about the fasting process. I'm going to do some others around diet, preparation, all those sort of things as well, which are really important. This is a request from a bunch of friends that I spoke to about my journey that I'm about to undertake. I've been diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. And really, through that process, I've started to look for ways that I can take control of my life, the destiny that lies in front of me. Cancer is a pretty scary, uncertain thing, and a lot of its root cause is in an imbalance in the human body. The intent behind this is really to start to cut off the external supply of nutrition and chemicals to the body, and allow the body to conduct a process of switching to internally scavenging for water, food, all those sort of things. And really that triggers both the immune response and also allows the body to start to look for foreign bodies that really shouldn't be there and start to burn those as fuel. Oversimplify the concept, but you get the idea. The fast is going to be what's called a hard fast, which means there'll be no food, no water, and no contact with anything related to this. So I'm going to be living on air and my body's natural reserves and internal processes. And so this extends as far as not touching water, not swimming, not washing hands, no bath, no brushing teeth, which is a pretty intense process, but designed to actually really strongly trigger the body's immune response. Now, what lies ahead in the next 10 days? Well, everybody's experience is going to be different based on their body, the environment, all those sort of things. I prepped for this. I've been through a couple of smaller fasts, up to and including 5 days. So I know really what the early stages of the process are going to hold for me, but fundamentally what's meant to happen across those 10 days is you're meant to experience 2, which they call crises. Sounds terrible, but actually it's not so bad. These crises are designed to switch the body's systems from looking out to the external world and scanning internally and starting to use the fuel reserves, the things that it finds, the bad cells that it can, just waste and burn. And what I understand is that the first crisis will happen around day 4 or 5. And really that's when you decide you just can't go on. You don't like this, you want to tap out. And eventually what happens is you come through that and come out the other side with a strong sense of peace and being able to actually, kind of level out. And really that's a key transition point, inflection point for your body. One of those happens around day 4 or 5. It's highly likely the second will happen around day 7 or 8 or 9. And then obviously you exit shortly thereafter once you level out. And so those 2 crises are designed to be sufficient enough for the body to respond in what it needs to do. I'm going to document this journey so you guys understand how I feel, what some of those changes are going to be like. I'm going to give you insights into the physical changes in my body. Also going to give you insights into things like weight, breath, all those sort of things that are going to go a bit sort of weird, as well as my emotional well-being and state and just where I'm actually at through this process, so people can understand how it's actually progressing. And ultimately what I do want to see within about 5 days or so of exiting this is hopefully a reduction in the size of the tumor as the body starts to actually operate on it. And fortunately mine is at a place where it's surface level, so I can actually touch, feel and see that through this process. So here we go, guys. Today's going to be a day like not too many others. I'm just going to get going doing my thing and going to check in with you across the course of the next couple of weeks to just let you know how it's going and what's happening. So stay with me, come on this journey, and let's see what happens. Guys, and welcome to day 2. So energy levels are quite good today. Felt a bit of hunger last night, was a little bit sort of restless in the early hours of the morning, and then woke up quite early. So one of the effects that usually happens as you start to actually go through fasting is your body has less processing to do, and so it doesn't have that normal fatigue factor, and you need less sleep. So starting to sort of, I guess, make some of those transitions this morning. The hunger of yesterday evening's disappeared. A little bit dry in the mouth, obviously miss water the most. but energy good. And so I was able to make a medical appointment this morning, then transition into some work stuff and just got off a work meeting. So it's about midday now. I can feel I probably have sort of been pushing myself pretty hard and then looking for a bit of rest and respite in the next sort of hour or so just to manage those energy levels. But otherwise feeling pretty good. Day 2 is not too intense. There'll be more to come. I'm going to be going for a walk soon. Activity and sort of kind physical activity is quite important throughout this. So I'm going to be trying to do things like yoga, like walking. And one of the things that I learned from the 5-day fast is the air becomes really heavy inside. And so being outside with fresh air is actually really, really good for you and makes you feel a hell of a lot more comfortable when you're starting to feel those real effects of the body kicking in. Hey guys, welcome to day 3. So today I'm feeling definitely starting to feel it. So you would have seen through the weigh-in that I probably lost about 2 kilos overnight. Also the mouth is really dry. I just had a work meeting, had to speak for about 45 minutes and I can really tell there's a bit of discomfort and a lot of dryness in the mouth. So things are becoming a little bit effortful, starting to have, undulating energy levels. Sleep last night was a little bit tough, not because of the fasting, because Sasha was pretty unsettled and woke up then at 5 a.m, so it was a bit harsh. Yana went and took her though at around about a 7 and I slept a little bit more, so I feel a bit better for that, but definitely starting to feel it a little bit today and starting to understand that, I think that process of internally using the body as a fuel source rather than actually externally expecting inputs is really starting to kick in. Feeling a little bit more irritable, definitely feeling a little bit more, kind of up and down in terms of emotion. But still, energy levels are somewhat okay. I'm still feel capable of doing stuff. About to go out with the kids and Yana, and also already done some work with a little bit more to do this afternoon. But, it's starting to kick in now, which is quite interesting. So let's see what happens next. Okay guys, today just out and about going for a walk, which is one of the best things that you can do when you're not feeling too great. So here we are, welcome to day 4 and starting to feel it. So, as you can see, the cheekbone's starting to drop a little bit. The weight is definitely coming down. My energy levels are, highly variable. I'm out in midday at the moment, which is a difference. Previously, I've shot the other videos in the morning. You feel a bit chipper, obviously, in the morning because you slept okay. Whereas now I've worked all morning, so I'm feeling a little bit pissed off at that, quite frankly. And also been generally quite anxious about what's going on and little things starting to bother me. So definitely getting that from a physical perspective. Got very dry mouth, a lot of sort of spit which is forming, and I just want to get it out basically. So I think this is really some of the nastiness that starts to come with it, and that'll really keep going in time. It's all part of the natural process of getting things out of you. So I'm going to take you on a little tour around where I am.
So tell me when it kicks in. Well, tell me when it kicks in. I've been looking for love.
I've used all of my energy this morning really for taking Ollie to school and doing some work, and now I'm dropping quite a lot, but nonetheless it's really, really good to just take that little bit of physical effort to get out and about, walk in the fresh air. I just can't tell you how good that actually feels. Inside it starts to feel really stifling, like it's harder to breathe there, and out here it just makes everything feel a little bit better.
Well, tell me when it kicks in. I've been looking for a lover, thought I'd find her in a bottle. God, make me another one. I'll be feeling this tomorrow. Lord, forgive me for the things I've done. I was never meant to hurt no one. I saw scars upon a broken-hearted lover. Oh, no, no, don't leave me lonely now.
So out and about, everything becomes more acute, particularly a sense of smell really starts to become more effective. You walk past eucalypt trees, past flowers, you can detect the scents and smells everywhere. It's really a powerful sensory sort of uplift that starts to happen. Other than that, you definitely start to crave. So I even had dreams last night about cheating, so I mistakenly ate some chicken and noodles, and then was panicked about the fact, do I keep going, do I stop, do I tell Yana, do I not? So plays on your mind for sure. It starts kicking in from a psychological perspective. So we're kind of halfway through day 4 and things get tough round about now. Your body is going through this big transition and really starting to weed out toxicity, and it's obviously been a while since you drank or ate, so it's definitely the turn of the tough times. I remember this from the 5-day fast, so nothing's unusual or scary just yet. But what is hard is from a psychological perspective, it's 40% the way through, not even 4 days in. Whereas on the 5-day fast, I was congratulating myself of my 80% completion and really looking forward to the last day, thinking nothing can stop me. Nothing that can happen the next day can really get stop me from getting where I wanted to be. Whereas today at 40%, it's like long way to go. So see how that pans out. So good morning from Walleye Creek. I'm out and about as per normal, a bit earlier than expected actually. It's sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. The reason being that sleep is starting to be affected, so woke up at 2 a.m, struggled to get back to sleep, and then the morning came quickly because it's light early, it's hot, it's stuffy inside the bedroom. So the best tonic is to get out. But as you can see, maybe from my tone and also from my eyes and face, I'm feeling it. It's day 5. I'm thirsty. I'm experiencing discomfort in the stomach, almost borderline nausea, but just cramping and a fair bit of discomfort, and really just lower levels of energy. So today is definitely a tough day. I know from the previous 5-day fasting that this is the day that the crisis occurred last time, so fully anticipating that, which I'm just going to go like the Energizer Bunny and just power down, or Duracell Bunny, and power down, and also start to feel it pretty poorly. But fingers crossed I'll bounce tonight, which is what happened last time, or at least tomorrow, and then feel better for a couple of days before the real sort of big one hits later on this week. So definitely feeling it. Had the nightmare again about breaking the fast. This time it was drinking something. It's really funny. I really have dreams that are tightly coupled to reality and my situation, and this time it's really there. So it's very much front of mind, I guess, both as a desire and also a fear. What I am experiencing though, which is really quite interesting, is these micro changes in the body. So small lesions and things like that on the skin that have been there for a really long time are starting to be dealt with by the body, and so what I can sense is that healing process is actually really kicking in, which is quite an interesting thing. So I'm excited, really keen to see what happens at the end of this. The goal is for me, which I haven't really spoken about before actually, not even at the start, is I've got a bunch of scans, CTs, MRIs, PET scans, a bunch of things in about 2.5 weeks time as part of the screening for clinical trial that they're thinking of putting me on for immune therapy and the rest of the treatment. The aim there is they do the scans and they find an almost non-existent and lifeless tumour. So it's gone from around 2 centimetres at the start, glowing red on the PET scans, and the real goal is to drive it down to very little, if not nothing, and see if the immune system can deal with it naturally in the meantime. So let's see, and in the meantime I'm just going to keep going on this. Life definitely getting tougher, and definitely feeling it, so stick with me, and I'll stick with the plan and see where it takes me. Hey guys, this is a middle of the day update on day 5. Jan has been pushing me to do some updates during the day, because obviously your energy levels and how you feel really vary throughout the day, and so right now I feel absolutely crap, like flattened as hell. So mouth is incredibly dry, stomach is knotty, feeling nauseous, can't get comfortable, even laying down is just not happiness. So this is definitely close to crisis point. I'm hoping things get better in the evening, if not tomorrow, but it's worth knowing for all those going through it that it's really tough right now. What's tougher is it's only midpoint. This is day 5 of day 10, so if it's 5 more days of this is really heavy stuff, but from past experience it gets a bit lighter in the evening of day 5, early day 6, so looking forward to that. But right now mood is low, I'm snappy, anxious, angry, fragile, uncomfortable, just everything, not happy. So, but that's life, this was expected. The body is now really internalizing and doing what it needs to do. So, everything from this moment on is goodness, and so looking forward to that. Keep going. Welcome and good morning to day 6. So day 6 is actually better than day 5. Early days yet, but I slept on and off last night, so sleep is still really impacted, so maybe 2 hours on, 2 hours off in terms of sleep pattern. But what I noticed is this morning my emotions are much better, my stomach is settled. I actually had a lot of really positive thoughts and really positive emotion, which I haven't had for maybe a day and a half or so, and so I was able to deal with the kids early in the morning in a sort of normal family way and do some stuff with them. I wrote a really nice note to my mom just to say thanks to her for some stuff that she'd done, and so it's actually been a real indicator that my emotions are leveling out and coming back, and positivity is there, which is really, really good. Not sure when it's going to get harder again, but this is new territory for me. So I've done a 5-day fast before. This is now day 6, so I'm really kind of chuffed with myself for making it to that, and then also looking forward with positivity. Last time I sort of crawled over the line. The day before I bought all the stuff I wanted to make the juice to come out of it. You need to measure yourself really carefully when you start to come out of something like this. It's really profound for your body. So, the first step is just to rehydrate a little bit, and then to mix water and juice, and then to, slowly introduce across the course of a couple of days, more just like smoothie style, soup style foods, which are very watery, easy for the body to break down and deal with, because obviously it's been deprived of external food source for a really long period of time, and so you've got to be careful about reintroducing stuff. But honestly thought at this stage I'd be lying on on the floor in a fetal position, feeling pretty good actually. So here's hoping I'm actually going to have a good day today, and then some tougher times to come, no doubt, but really thankful for the fact that things are leveled today. It's also a cooler day, so that makes a big difference. I've spoken about before. Fresh air. I slept on the couch last night, which is really close to the windows. That helped. It's cooler. All those sort of factors really help you out a little bit. Heat drains you, drains your energy. So yesterday was, definitely a bit tough for a heap of reasons, but today feeling much better. Looking forward with positivity. Let's get to 10 days and see what comes next. Also, feeling capable enough to do just a little bit of exercise. So psychologically it's actually difficult. I went from 81 kilos, fairly strong muscle mass, to I'm down near the 65 kilo mark now. I saw a bit of loose skin on my arms yesterday in the mirror. That bothered me. It's a psychological issue with male physique and the ego, I guess, associated with that. I've always been pretty strong at the gym, all those sort of things. So doing a little bit of exercise here just to try and combat that. I don't think it's really going to do much, but psychological will help me. Another thing which is a little tip and a trick. Yana picked this up in the brag book around miracle of fasting, and it's a bit disgusting, but it's worth calling out that you produce quite a bit of phlegm during this process because your body's starting to just exude stuff, get rid of stuff. And so what he says is don't transfer it from your throat or your lungs to your stomach. Your body did the work to get that out. It's not good. It wants it out. Spit it out. So yeah, you got to spit out a bit. It ain't nice, but got to do it. Another interesting, fun body fact. Bit disgusting, but let's go there anyway. Still peeing, so once or twice a day. So that says the body's finding some source of moisture. That's the internal scavenging. Haven't pooped for like 3 days, I think. So maybe that's the end for a little while because the diet was pretty lean leading in. Also cleansed myself on the way in, so I took some magnesium sulfate. That sort of flushes everything out. So there's not a lot there, I don't think, but it'd be interesting to see if something happens there between now and the end. But it really feels like that part of the body is just shut down, job done. And it's really around that internal scavenging, and whatever needs to be get rid of is done through the urinary tract. Anyway, more fun facts to come as I kind of get through this. Good morning, guys, and welcome from a very special place. So yesterday Yana moved me across to this apartment in Cronulla, the idea being that I'd be in a pretty happy place, away from the pressure of the family, somewhere that had clean air, really fresh air, nice breeze, and it sort of represented happiness for me, I guess, in terms of just a calm, peaceful place. And it's everything that. It's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. So grateful to be here. As you can see, it's just stunning, just truly stunning. It's early, and that's the other thing. So sleep is really tough at the moment, like really tough. I lay down at 9:30 last night, tired, but got up at probably around about 11, read a little bit, went to sleep, woke up at 12:15, just fretted a little bit more, then maybe got another hour and a half sleep till 4, and then went to sleep and woke up at 5:30. So I think I got like 4 hours sleep or something like that totally. and it was tough. Like I gotta say, in the latter part of the day and in the evening, real difference from the morning where I felt energized, I felt good, I felt really happy. Even in the early part of the evening, I was walking around here and it was just amazing. I felt so happy and blessed. And then just doubt started to creep in, can I even make it? It's only the end of day 6. But anyway, here we are, day 7. It's uncharted territory for me. I'm still a little bit scared about making it to day 10 after how I felt last night. The gut sort of refluxed again a little bit, tightened. That fatigue, and the days are so long, you don't want to sleep much, you don't get much sleep, so it's really tough because your body's in a really tough state and the days are really long. But I just told myself that every hour past this point is another hour of my body attacking that cancer, doing something about it, getting in, cleaning my body. So I'm going to tough it out as long as I can for that reason. But damn, it's getting hard. Anyway, see how we go. But what a beautiful morning, guys. Feel a lot of love for everyone and for being here and alive. So let's have a great day. Take care. Okay guys, it's day 8. Almost wasn't going to be a post today, I don't think. It's 6 a.m. right now. I slept maybe an hour, 2 hours. Dry retched in the middle of the night. Yesterday was 40 degrees. Overnight 30. Today again 38. The heat is merciless. The body feeling is really tough. Like really just... gonna use the word shit. I want to be done, but I gotta see it through. So, really brief today. Really emotions up and down. Cried at the drop of a hat yesterday. Got angry in the middle of the night. Mouth is so dry. Dying for that first drink. Absolutely dying for it. Interesting body facts. Nails are not growing. If you look at my beard, this is like meant to be a day 8 or 9 beard. Body's putting all the energy into internal. So that's the only thing that holds me true right now, which is just knowing that this is how the body is attacking the cancer. Got 3 days, 3 nights to go. Heartbreaking to think given the state I'm in, but let's do it. See you tomorrow. Another quick tip that I forgot to mention to you guys is overnight in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep, I was pretty anxious, almost panicky, but just high anxiety. I went to Spotify, put a meditation set of music on and just ran it for hours. It was so good. So good, so helpful, really calmed me down, helped the hours tick by in a better way. So if you really get stuck, you really get mentally fatigued, because it's really just a war, a trench war with your mind at this stage. Your body is screaming give up, but your mind knows you can do more. So it's just that, you versus yourself. Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 9. As you can hear, my voice is really a bit hoarse, but that's just due to the dryness in the mouth. I'm feeling better today than I have for a lot of days, like 3 days almost, actually. So let me tell you a bit about the last 2 days. The last 2 days we've had heat wave in Sydney, so 40 degree plus during the day, 27, 28 overnight. no AC in the apartment I've been at, so I've been like a prisoner in that apartment, just shutting all the doors, windows, trying to make it work, but eventually it all just heats up, and I had some weird weird experiences and feelings in the last couple of days, like particularly day 7 and 8. I was telling Yana about him last night. She said, look, tell everyone, just so they know. So I moved the compartments in the fridge far apart so I could push myself in there. Like I lay in there like this with my hands down, getting every surface area in contact with everything I could. There's nothing in the fridge, so I put a couple of water bottles that I'm going to drink at the end, under my armpits, on the back of the neck. I found some leftover frozen yogurts in the freezer, put them on the back of the neck, in desperation times. And when I was walking outside, I was going down the esplanade, and all these people were coming the other way with ice creams in their hands. And one guy's, I could see it was perfectly half-eaten. I could look inside. I just pictured myself grabbing that thing and running and eating it. I think it was mango and strawberry. I don't even like mango and strawberry that much, but I just getting desperate. I'm sitting in the park. I'm watching people eat. I'm just a real weirdo, staring at them. Last night yesterday, you're in the extreme of the heat. I even just licked the shelf in the fridge just to get that cold sensation. It was intense, really intense, guys, and everything hurt a lot. But I've come through and got this amazing kick of energy last night, so I'm feeling really good. I was hurting in the back. I was really worried the kidneys were starting to bother me. But even today, after 2 days of pain, that's better. I slept better last night. I slept for 3 hours maybe, which is way better than the 1 or so I've been getting the last couple of nights. It's cool. It's a 22-degree day. The wind's blowing southerly. I think that helps a bit. That helps with the sleep. That helps with the body sensation. But I genuinely believe that the last 2 days have been the crisis point. The heat brings it on. I think the heat really contributes in a big way to how fast you move through this process. And today it's all a lot better. So I've got 2 days and 2 nights to go. I'm looking so forward to eating or drinking something today. Like Yana said, one of the things to look out for is when you're really hungry. I thought it was yesterday with the still in the ice cream story, but in the middle of the night my stomach was really all I can taste now is stomach acid, and my stomach is tight. I'm desperate to eat something today. As you can see, I'm a skeleton now. I'm somewhere near 20 kilos lighter than I was when I first started this whole process, not just the fasting. So, I did the Laskin Diet first, then some lead-up fast, and then this main fast. I've only lost, I'd say, about 8 or 9 kilos this fast, so about a kilo a day. A warning sign is if you're losing more than 2 to 2.5 kilos a day, then, if you're doing that consistently, things are, accelerating a bit much. 21 or 20 odd kilos lighter, very different person. It'll all come back. You'd be amazed how quickly the body is just going to start, packing this away again. But I genuinely believe I'm healing really well. The body state feels good today. As much as I probably look like I just stepped out of some sort of, starvation situation, but I'm genuinely good. Genuinely feel good. As you can see, I've got a lot to say. This video is one shot, 5 minutes. The last couple of days you're likely to get a couple of sentences out of me, and then I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk to Yana, I couldn't talk to anyone. If an interaction went more than 2 sentences, I had to cut and shut it down. I just couldn't cognitively regroup and cope with change and just anything. So coping mechanisms are online today. I'm online. So looking forward to seeing Yana. She's pulled through a huge weekend. looking after 3 kids by herself. That's amazing. Dropping Ollie to school today, and hopefully she's going to run back and see me because I miss her. There's that crazy emotion. Comes out of nowhere. Anyway, have an awesome day. Really hope everyone out there is healthy and happy, and look forward to talking to you the next couple of days to tell you how it all finishes. Love you guys. Take care. Good morning, guys, and hit day 10, and I've been officially given permission to exit the fast, which is not given permission, but I was talking with Yana and her mum and just trying to understand what processes my body has gone through, where the healing process is up to, has it done everything it needs, can we exit now and start to continue and build back. And so that's a yes. So I'm super excited. I was so excited I couldn't even stop to film myself, but I've been drinking this, gone through a liter already. This is the next one off cab off the rank. Water tastes amazing. It is like sweet nectar of the gods. When you've been starved of it for nine and a bit days. And so really excited to be have completed. Really proud of myself to have got this far. Everything is just stabilizing now. Like, the body feels good. I can feel that water running through my veins. I can feel the effect it's having on my emotion just being done, and looking forward to just building back. So I'm gonna go throw myself in the ocean. I've been staring at it for 4 days. So this is a huge moment for me. I get a chance to finally go do that. Have a shower, brush my teeth, have a shave. The excitement's just all too much, This is a normal morning routine for you guys, but for me it's like the most precious thing on the planet right now. I need to measure my energy because my body is low, There's still no sugars, nothing gone in. It's just hydration. So I need to be really careful about what I get up to. So the swim is literally just going to be throw myself in cold water, an appreciation to, the world and to God for having that water there and the ability to get in it. And then come back, do the cleanup ritual. And later on this afternoon, fingers crossed, I'll be able to start to mix some juice and water together. I'm going to make a video around tips and tricks across the whole journey, condense it, so people don't have to watch my self-engrossed, broadcast of my fast to understand. And also going to talk a lot about how you exit the fast safely. So the water I've been drinking initially was just in small amounts, warmed up. I tried drinking it cold and almost gagged, and obviously it made sense that it's a lot kinder on the stomach to have it warmed up. It tasted even sweeter warmed up. It's awesome. So all these little things about just the exit plan, moving from water onto a mix of water and juices, then most likely tomorrow I'll go into purees and those sort of things, and then build. And so it's really important that when you've done something that's profound for your body, that you treat it kindly on the way back. And it will be interesting to see the physical effects on me. You could see today, I'm just skeletal, my face is collapsed around my skeleton. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how quickly all of that recovers with the intake of nutrition and even just water, to tell you the truth. But anyway, I'm super excited. Can't hold back anymore. I do want to tell you more. It'll come to me later. I'm going to go throw myself in the ocean. I'm so happy about that. Alrighty, talk to you soon. guys, welcome back. It's been about 6 weeks since I completed the last fast, so I thought I'd give you guys an update about how things went, both overall from a health perspective as well as with cancer. So from an overall health perspective, I alluded to it throughout the actual videos. The health outcomes are amazing from this fast. So the body cleansed a whole bunch of stuff, managed to heal a whole bunch of stuff. I had a full set of bloods done shortly after finishing the fast, and they showed just perfect function of all my organs and all of the kind of measures that people measure from a blood and pathology perspective. So a lot of fear out there around how fast can affect the body, because you do put the organs in the body under a lot of stress, but if done well, this shows that you can actually come out the other side really in a really good state. I feel the immune system is better than it's ever been. I feel mentally better from having been able to go and start to take control here. From a cancer perspective, measurements on the cancer shortly after I'd completed the fast showed that there was about a 10 to 15% reduction in the size of the tumour, which, given the short time frames, is actually pretty amazing and really encouraging. So not only managed to stop the growth of the tumour, but managed to actually decrease it. And that's also surface area. I feel like from a volume perspective, like a height perspective, because they measure sort of looking top down from a ultrasound perspective, it actually decreased even more, because you just get this sense, like how I had originally discovered it was by pulling up and down my underpants and shorts and the elastic catching, and it's almost unnoticeable unless I really flex my pelvic bone out and try and squeeze in there to find it now, which is just pretty amazing. But it's still there, and so I started traditional treatment as well. Been on immune therapy for 5 weeks and going to have surgery in another week. The intention is that I'll use fasting and diet both to help me heal from the surgery, as well as actually managing the long-term effects and risks of cancer recurring, and really start to help that body balance find its way back there. So absolutely delighted I did this, becoming a really huge advocate for it. It does a lot for you from a physical health perspective, but also from an emotional perspective. So I'm really starting to come to grips and understand the psychological journey that everybody goes on through this. Having something in your body that can recur at any moment in time that is pretty programmed to destroy you is a pretty worrisome thing. So being able to deal with that on a daily basis, find your feet, get back, is really tough. And this is a really important, I find, weapon in the arsenal, and being able to actually deal with that. So going to keep going with it. Would love to inform you guys around how that is. Please comment down below if you want to engage around this, if you want to let me know stuff, if you want to connect. Really see that the more you talk to people about this, the more you share journey, the more powerful it becomes. This is a really complex set of conditions, a lot of different cancers, a lot of different stages, a lot of different ways that it affects the body. And so the more you talk to people, the more information you get, and the more that allows you to actually deal with the situation and make decisions for yourself. So lots of thoughts out there for everyone going through this. You're amazing people who are actually, getting through this. It's really tough. So lots of thoughts, lots of love, all love to my family and friends. Thank you so much for supporting me through this, and for even suggesting and sort of putting this out there. So I'm going to keep you updated. Like I said, please comment, please connect, and I'll be posting more around this as I go through this journey.
So tell me when it kicks in.